actually do believe that the potential impact on humankind from a central bank digital currency could and would be worse than the cumulative impact of cancer on humankind. The idea that governments, which from my point of view are too powerful and too inclined to war and too inclined to abuse today, would have a tool that would allow them to eliminate people's savings, people's medium of exchange, people's wealth, if those people didn't behave in the way that the big thinkers wanted, is terrifying.
Rick Rule dives into the heart of finance, unveiling a world of terrifying possibilities. The combination of social scoring in China and cancelable digital currencies raises chilling concerns, threatening personal freedom and liberty. Join us as Rick exposes the power play in the political arena and how governments around the globe could silence dissenting voices. Hold on tight as we explore the audacious plans of the BRICS alliance and their potential impact on the mighty US dollar. Get ready to witness a paradigm shift in the global financial landscape and the quest for a multipolar world. Rick Rule's expert insights will keep you on the edge of your seat. Stay tuned for the full video, where the future of gold prices in 2023 will be unveiled. Don't miss out on this journey towards a revolutionary financial frontier.
The combination of the fairly well-documented social scoring being undertaken now in the People's Republic of China, with the ability of central bank digital currencies with built-in features that make them cancelable, is absolutely scary. Remember, not too long ago, Daniela, Prime Minister Trudeau of Canada decided that people who had made contributions to a group that was opposed to him politically, the truckers of Canada, should have their bank accounts, their brokerage accounts, and some of their insurance products seized. These people had made these contributions, among other things, before Mr. Trudeau, without recourse to the courts, by the way, had retroactively made them illegal. And Mr. Trudeau used the power of the state to affect the outcome of a domestic political dispute. The idea that governments around the world would have the ability to silence political opponents or to punish people whose own actions were not in the interest of the big thinkers is absolutely terrifying to me. It's simply put, other than nuclear weapons, the worst idea I've ever heard. I don't know how much abuse or potential abuse the citizenry is willing to stomach. I really, truly don't. I actually view this as an existential threat to personal freedom and to personal liberty. I don't know what the political will of the American public will be with regards to giving the government really, truly breathtaking amounts of power over individual activities. I really, truly don't know. I'm surprised that more people aren't horrified. I would ask people who voted happily for Biden how they would feel with Trump in control of this technology. I would ask people who voted for Trump how they would feel were Biden in control of this technology. If you want to look at where this could go, simply review the actions of Prime Minister Trudeau 3 or 4 months ago. My own belief, I guess taught me by 50 years as an adult watching politicians, is that their lust for power can't be diminished. And from the point of view of the political class, I think this is an amazing tool to accomplish whatever it is that they might want to accomplish. Were there voices, as an example, that were particularly effective about something convenient to the politicians, say quantitative easing, and those voices questioned the efficacy of the political class, it would be very tempting, were you a member of the political class, to silence that voice simply by confiscating his or her private wealth. I think that people need maybe to review the basic concept of what private wealth and private money is. Money is maybe a means of expressing your will. It's also a way that society keeps score. And I don't mean keep score in terms of who's ahead, but rather you become wealthy by providing goods or services that other people are willing to pay you for. They value that good and service more than they value their own private savings. You become wealthy by providing a good or service. And the idea that a group of politicians can cancel the benefit that someone has received by providing a good or service, by the way, canceling it obviously without the will of the person being canceled, that sounds almost like the dictionary definition of slavery. I think that if they're not concerned, they should be. De Gaulle described the United States possession, if you will, of the reserve currency status as exorbitant privilege. It is precisely the fact that ours is the deepest, most liquid, most transparent financial market in the world that allows us to do the quantitative easing, which is to say the counterfeiting that we have done. We export our deficit to other countries as a sort of a fee that we get, we being Americans, get for maintaining the world's reserve currency. I need to say that the enemy of our status as a reserve currency is not cited in Moscow or Beijing or Buenos Aires or or Sao Paulo. It's cited in the United States. Mm-hmm. The weaponization of the U.S. dollar, the weaponization of the SWIFT banking system, the twin deficits and debts which erode confidence in U.S. Treasury securities means that the real threat to the dollar doesn't come from the BRICS. It comes from Congress and the voters. I think it's important in this discussion, too, Daniela, to clear up a misconception. They are describing a currency that's backed by gold, but they don't have enough gold to back the quantity of transactions that they expect to have transpire with this currency. What I think people should understand that this currency is denominated in gold. Backed by gold suggests, Danielle, that if you had 100,000, quote, bricks, that you could submit those bricks and they would give you the gold. Good luck with that. I'd love to see you, well, I would like to see you do this. You're my friend. But I'd love to see somebody who I didn't like fly over to Moscow with 100,000 bricks and say to Putin, I'll take my gold, please. It is a mistake to consider this to be a gold-backed currency because they don't have enough gold. It's a mistake, too, to think that they could acquire the gold because most of the countries that make up the so-called BRICS, every country, frankly, with the exception of China and Saudi Arabia, don't have economies that generate enough surplus that they could buy sufficient gold to back even a fraction of the currency that would be regarded to maintain their economy. I believe that you do probably need gold to back up every dollar. I suspect what this will evolve into is a multilateral trading mechanism that allows countries to settle surpluses and deficits between them as a way around the U.S. dollar. I do not believe that this will supplant the dollar, nor do I believe, frankly, that special drawing rights will supplant the dollar as a reserve currency in my lifetime. For the record, I'm 70. I do think that we're evolving into a multipolar world and that more societies will find ways to finance trade outside the dollar than they have done in the past. Yeah. So I believe that the supremacy of the U.S. dollar will continue to be, quote, chipped away at. But I believe that we're moving towards a multipolar world, not a world dominated by the euro, the yen or the BRICS.
According to Rick Rule, the combination of social scoring and the cancelable nature of central bank digital currencies poses an existential threat to individual freedoms. Governments around the world are potentially abusing their power to silence political opponents and punish dissenters. Rick also discusses the BRICS alliance's plans to create a gold-backed currency, but notes the difficulties they face in acquiring enough gold reserves. These developments may lead to a multipolar world, impacting the supremacy of the US dollar. For a comprehensive understanding of these groundbreaking developments, watch more videos on our channel and join Evolving Dynamics of Global Finance. Subscribe now to stay informed and be part of this paradigm-shifting journey.